Hi, my name is Princess and you're watching Divine Duo. Okay guys, so as mentioned in my the last relaxer update, I had a big setback. So I'm coming to you guys to let you guys know my 5 reasons for those setbacks with a little 3 minus too. I'm going to bring back the pictures just in case you guys forgot what went down. This is the difference between relaxer 3 and 4. That's a little side-by-side little clip right there. And as you can see, I went through a lot of damage and therefore I had to do a little bit of a chop. And I cut my hair back to line 3. So yeah, I'm just back on my grind. So before I actually get into my 5 major reasons, I have 3 little minor reasons. My first minor reason for my setback, I would say, was stress. I was extremely stressed with classes and just mainly classes. I was taking a lot of classes, different classes for me, and just like, you know, focusing on my career a little bit. It started to get a little stressful, and that's just something that, you know, you can't really control. It's just stress makes them stresses fall out. Okay, so my second minor reason was my detangling process. Along the way on this stretch, I realized that my detangling process was just so non-existent. I really didn't know what I was doing in the detangling process, and this minor is going to lead into one of the majors. So keep in mind, my detangling process was so off. I had my sister detangle my hair one day and it was just not matted, but it was just extremely tangled, and it would get like that for this year. Actually, I've been realizing that it's like that, and keep it in mind because it is gonna correlate with one of my major reasons. But yeah, my detangling process was so off, and I needed to hammer down on that. Will I? We'll find out. Third minor was not something that probably made a big difference, but it definitely didn't help. When I went on my trip, I went to DR, and I was in a lot of chlorine water. And in that chlorine water, like when I would get out of the chlorine water, I was not washing my hair. My braids that were under my wig were staying just like that. They weren't getting deep conditioned or nothing like that for those 4 days that I was there. I was just going to sleep, and it's like, so now throughout the night and stuff like that, the chlorine is just eating away at my hair, which is not good at all. So those are my 3 minor reasons. Now, okay, so when I look back at my 3rd relaxer stretch, the relaxer update number 3, I realized that that's kind of where the setback kind of started. The face started over there, but I don't think I really paid attention to the fact that a setback was occurring. And that's the thing about a setback. Sometimes it's not just drastic. Sometimes it happens over time, and you have to just pay keen attention. And if you guys did watch relaxer update number 3, you realize that I wasn't as happy with that relaxer update either, but I just thought that there was no change. I thought it was stable, but actually now that I look back at it, I think that it actually was the start of my setback. Now, from June to September, which is the relaxer update that just came, that's where, like, you know, it was that's when it really hit me, like, oh boy, like, I should have really been paying attention. But you know, better to catch it late than not to catch it at all. So as you guys know, I did that big chop. When I have a setback, what I do is go back, look through everything, look through my calendar and everything, and that's exactly what I did. And this led me to these 5 major reasons. You ready? You ready? Because I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, so my first one would be that I switched my main oils, like my staple oils. I did switch them around a bit. I used to use the coconut oil, but I felt like it wasn't doing much for me. I did switch it, and I'm just gonna end up going back to that oil, coconut oil, argan oil mixed with Jamaican black castor oil. I've just been using extra virgin olive oils like for this year, so I'm gonna go back to my little mixture, my little concoction, and see if it makes a big difference. But I definitely feel like that's one thing that I looked on my calendar and I realized that I did change, so I'm going back to that. Along with that major reason, I didn't oil my scalp as much Usually I would oil my scalp more in the winter months because, you know, it's drying, the weather is really dry and cold. But this summer, for some reason, my scalp was a little bit more dry than I expected. I didn't go the extra mile to oil my scalp as much as I would in the winter months, and had I probably would have seen progress. So yeah, I would like to say that I'm gonna be oiling my scalp more, especially in some areas, because on my scalp, they get dry in different sections. So I need to focus on those really dry areas in my scalp, and that's what I'm gonna start to do. My second reason for my big setback was that I didn't do as much protein treatments as I probably needed. I think I did 1 protein treatment in each stretch. Yes, I actually did. And I didn't even use my 2-step. I don't know why. But I never really use, I actually do know why. It's gonna be one of the other majors. But I didn't use as much protein as I probably should have. I'm going to start using my 2-minute Afro-G. That protein treatment, I'm incorporating it back into my regimen in a different way. That way I'll get more protein in my hair throughout this stretch. And I know exactly how I'm going to do that. Lately, I've been realizing that my hair has been a little stretchy, more stretchy than usual. It has been a little bit more stretchy. And we all know when your strands are stretchy, that means you have moisture overload. But I've just always been the type that never needed much protein. So I guess my hair is just doing something different now that I really have to adjust to. That's what I'm seeing right now. Okay, so let's move on to reason number 3. My third reason, I neglected my hair. Now wait, now I don't mean neglect like, you know, just forgot about it. But by this I mean I actually put the whole low manipulation tactic over actually caring for my hair. Okay, if that doesn't make sense, just give me a minute. Basically, I would put my hair away too much when it actually needed to just be cared for, So it's like, yeah, the low manipulation tactic does work in some circumstances, but I feel like for my situation, like we already said, I was already starting a setback. So that when you know you're starting to see a little bit of setback, I don't think it's smart to, well, in my case, to put away my hair like that. So I feel like I should have been showing it more attention rather than using the low manipulation tactic. And there's so many tactics and methods in a hair journey. You gotta just know when one is more useful than the other. And in this case, I should have been manipulating my hair more, in the sense that I was caring for it more, giving it the products that it needed, washing it more frequently, doing more protein treatments, moisturizing and sealing more often, like, you know, little stuff like that that you can't do when your hair is in box braids, or you can't do when your hair is under braids, or under a wig or something like that. So that's definitely probably the biggest, no, it's not the biggest, I got a bigger one, but that's definitely up there. That was definitely one of the biggest reasons why I got this setback. I repeat, I put low manipulation tactic over actually caring for my hair. And I should have cared for my hair more than putting it away in different protective styles. Yes, protective styles are so great in a healthy hair care journey, but you gotta know when your hair needs you to be more attentive, more hands-on, you know? So that's what that situation was. So that was my third major reason. My fourth major reason, okay, before I actually came home from school, you can ask my sister, I was trimming my hair all the time. Like, I was always going through my hair, trimming my hair. I realized I stopped doing that. And I think after the January cut, I just wanted to see it grow out. But instead, I was forgetting to stick to the rivers and streams that I'm used to. I don't know why. I thought like I was home, I was in a different atmosphere, and I was just forgetting like how my normal hair routine went, and I needed to get back to that. And I will get back to that. So I think I was trimming my hair less. I was more so putting it all down and then just letting her go across, when I actually should have been dissecting my hair the way I usually do. And so yeah, we can't go back, but we could definitely move forward. So yes, that's what I would be doing. Like I've been doing before, I will look through my ends and I will be snipping them bad boys off as I go. Now, my last, but certainly not least, get them ears over here. My number 5, and this is, you remember when we was at the minors and I told you that it's going to relate back to on one of these majors? This is it. Okay, when I was in school and I had like, you know, a steady routine with my hair and stuff like that, I was always washing my hair in braids. But when I came home, I see my sister washing her hair just like she was, what, Caucasian or something. Like, she just had it all out. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what, I could probably do that. But she's used to doing that and then knowing how to detangle afterwards. Me, the braids made my detangling process easier. So me not knowing, me not realizing it, I'm taking out the braids and just washing my hair all in full. My hair was getting matted and I didn't know how to detangle my hair after it's been like that. If you guys don't know what I mean, when you braid your hair, it's kind of like the strands are staying in one spot. When I braid my hair, when I wash my hair, they're single braids. And, you know, I just get to my scalp, and then when it comes to the deep conditioning process, I can just take out one braid, deep condition that section, put it in the bantu knot, and then get to the next one. But when I was doing everything in one without braiding my hair, I was just totally lost. And I don't know why I didn't put 2 and 2 together, like, but I would just get to the detangling process for a deep conditioner, and I would just be like, yo, why is my hair so, like, tangled and matted and stuff? And I didn't know what was going on, but I just thought, like, I would just get through it, like, you know, until my sister pointed out, like, why is your hair so matted? Like, one time when I was detangling, I actually asked her to, and then I was just like, I don't know why. But after this setback, I looked through all my stuff and I realized I used to wash my hair in braids. I need to get back to that. I lost way less hair when I wash my hair in braids, and it's not for everybody, because I heard some people, do your hair actually get washed that way? Yes, because what I do is I only shampoo my scalp. I don't really shampoo the strands of my hair, so yeah, the scalp was getting washed, and it made my detangling process for the deep conditioning so much easier, so I started getting back to that. That was my biggest out of all of them. My biggest one was that I stopped washing my hair in braids. But yeah, that sums up my 5 reasons. Just a little side note too, I've also realized that me parting my hair straight down the middle, I always do that a lot, especially when I'm sectioning off my hair and stuff like that. I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm actually switching the way I do my sections now. I used to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 in the back, which made, like, you know, this whole dividend go all the way back here. But now I'm actually gonna do one section on the top and one section on the back, and then 2 on the sides. And hopefully that will help me out with the breakage that I'm getting along the line, along this midline. I wish I showed you guys on the relaxer update, but actually along this midline, the hairs that are along this midline, they're not, they probably are damaged, but they're like just shorter than the rest of my hair. When my hair is down, it makes it look a little bit more shallow in the midsection, because these hairs right here are a little shorter. And yeah, guys, this sums up this video. I really hope that you guys understood where I'm coming from, and I hope that if this can help anyone, that'll make me feel better about my setback, make me feel like the setback wasn't for nothing, even though it wasn't. Like me and my sister say all the time, setbacks is bittersweet. It's very bittersweet, because, you know, you won't make those mistakes again. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to join the PMP party, hit that subscribe button, y'all. Thanks for watching. Bye. Say I'm in love with you.